Hi, I'm Amy. 3 years ago, I married James Peterson, convinced I found my happily ever after. He was charming, successful, and seemed to put our relationship first. Sure, he had an ex-wife, Amanda, but that's normal at our age, right? What wasn't normal was how his friends still treated her like a permanent member of the group. Babe, they were friends with her first, James would say whenever I brought it up. I tried to be understanding. Really, I did. I even endured their monthly game nights, where Amanda would hold court, reminiscing about the good old days while I sat there feeling like a stranger. But today was supposed to be different, special. My sister Anna had just gotten engaged to Mike, the sweetest lawyer you'll ever meet. And I had my own news. I was 8 weeks pregnant. We planned a big family dinner to celebrate both milestones. Everyone was coming, my parents, Anna and Mike. Even James's parents were flying in. 3 hours before dinner, I got a text from James. Emergency at work, honey. Johnson accounts falling apart. Rain check. I stared at my phone in disbelief as Anna helped me set the table. He's bailing today. Of all days? I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. Anna paused, her engagement ring catching a light. She grabbed my phone. Something's not right, Amy. I tried calling James, but it went straight to voicemail. I sent more texts. Nothing. Then Mike walked in, his expression uneasy. You need to see this, he said, pulling out his phone. There it was, a fresh Instagram post from Tommy, James's best friend. The photo showed my husband at Litig Bistro, our special date night spot, with his arm around Amanda. The caption, celebrating Amanda's birthday. Anna's eyes narrowed, her fists clenched. I'm going to kill him, she hissed. Mike placed a calming hand on her shoulder. No, we're going to be smart about this, he said, his lawyer instincts kicking in. Document everything. Screenshots, timestamps, witnesses. Emmy, how much do you know about your joint accounts? The room spun. All those work emergencies James had over the past year replayed in my mind like a highlight reel of red flags. Anna pulled me into a tight hug. Change of plans, she said firmly. We're still having dinner, but now it's a strategy session. Nobody messes with my sister. My phone buzzed again. Another Instagram notification. This time, Amanda had posted, best birthday ever with my forever friend. Some people just get you. James's smile in the photo was the same one he wore at our wedding. I stood up straighter, one hand on my still flat stomach. You know what? I said. Anna's right. Let's have dinner. I'm done being the understanding wife. If James wants to play games, he's about to learn I'm not the pushover he thinks I am. Mike nodded approvingly. And you've got the best legal mind in the city on your side. Pro bono. For the first time all day, I felt a flicker of strength. James had chosen his ex-wife's birthday over our family celebration. Fine, but choices have consequences. The family dinner transformed into a war council. Anna and Mike stayed late, helping me piece together a timeline of James's work emergencies. A disturbing pattern emerged. Every one of his absences coincided with social media posts from Amanda's inner circle. Start with the phone records, Mike suggested, handing me a glass of water instead of the wine I desperately wanted. As your lawyer, I advise full documentation. I logged into our phone carrier account, something I hadn't done in months. The evidence hit me like a punch to the gut. Hundreds of texts and calls to Amanda, some lasting hours, most during his supposed late nights at the office. I need air, I muttered, stepping onto the balcony. As I leaned on the railing, I spotted Tom, one of James's coworkers, pacing in the parking lot below. He looked up, caught sight of me, and gestured urgently. I'll go with you, Anna insisted, but I waved Anna off. I needed to handle this myself. Tom, James's most reliable and morally upright friend, was pacing nervously in the parking lot. Amy, I can't keep quiet anymore, Tom blurted as soon as I reached him. His hands trembled as he pulled out his phone. James has been moving money around. He asked me to help him hide some transfers from you, said it was for a surprise anniversary gift. But I saw the accounts today. He's been funneling money to Amanda for months. My legs wobbled as I leaned against the railing. How much? Almost $40,000, Tom confessed. She's trying to start a business, and James is secretly backing it. Back upstairs, I showed Mike the evidence. His expression darkened as he scrolled through Tom's phone. This changes everything, Mike said, his tone icy. He's misappropriating marital assets. Emmy, I hate to ask, but document everything, I interrupted, my voice firmer than I expected. Every lie, every dollar, every betrayal. As if on cue, James walked in, a casual smile plastered on his face. Oh, still having family time, he quipped, but his eyes darted nervously to Mike and Anna. Sorry about earlier, honey. The Johnson account was at Leated Bistro. I finished coldly. Funny, it looked more like Amanda's birthday party. James's face darkened. You're spying on me now. This is exactly why I needed space. You're so clingy, so desperate to control everything. And Amanda understands, I shot back. How to spend $40,000 of our money. The color drained from his face, only to be replaced by a furious red. You've been going through my private accounts? That's illegal. He turned to Mike. You're a lawyer. Tell her she can't. Community property state. Mike cut in coolly. Joint accounts. Want to try again. James shifted tactics, his voice softening. Baby, you're overreacting. Amanda needed help with her dream, and I. What about my dreams, James? I snapped. What about our family? My hand instinctively moved to my stomach, but I stopped short. He didn't deserve to know. Not anymore. If you paid more attention to me instead of obsessing over Amanda. Anna stepped forward, but I held up a hand. No, let him finish. I want to hear exactly how this is my fault. James sputtered, his anger dissolving into frustration. Finally, he stormed out, slamming the door behind him. Seconds later, my phone buzzed with a text. You're making a big mistake. I can explain everything. Forward that to me, Mike said quietly. He glanced up at me. Amy, tomorrow we go nuclear. The next morning, Mike's law office became our war room. Anna brought coffee while I forwarded every email, text, and bank statement I could find. The deeper we dug, the worse it got. James didn't just funnel $40,000, Mike said grimly, scrolling through bank records. He's drained almost $90,000 from your joint savings account, small transfers to different LLCs. But they all trace back to Amanda's new business venture. My phone buzzed again, this time from an unknown number. Amy, this is David, Amanda's husband. We need to talk. 20 minutes later, David sat across from us, his face pale and drawn. I found the business plans on Amanda's laptop, he admitted. She's opening a chain of boutique fitness studios, with James as her silent partner. They've been planning this for over a year. Did you know about their relationship? I asked quietly. David hesitated. I suspected something. But what I didn't know was that they're planning to announce their partnership at the Children's Hospital Charity Gala next week. Amanda's on the planning committee. James is bringing his business partners to secure more funding. Anna leaned forward, her eyes narrowing. The same partners who don't know he's been diverting personal funds. Exactly. David's smile was thin and sharp. I have tickets, so does half of corporate Atlanta. Mike's fingers flew across his keyboard. Amy, how would you feel about making a presentation of your own? The gala was everything you'd expect. Crystal chandeliers, champagne fountains, and enough diamonds to rival a jewelry store. I spotted James immediately, charming his business partners with Amanda glued to his side. Ready? Anna whispered, squeezing my hand. I nodded and glanced at David, who was stationed at the audiovisual booth. As Amanda took the stage, he gave me a thumbs up. Thank you all for coming tonight, Amanda gushed, her smile dazzling. I'm especially excited to announce a new business venture that will revolutionize the fitness industry in Atlanta, with the backing of an amazing investor. The screen behind her flickered. Instead of her glossy presentation, bank statements, text messages, and photos of secret meetings filled the screen. Every bit of evidence meticulously documented. What is this? One of James's partners demanded, standing abruptly. James, isn't that your company's investment account? James lunged for the podium, panic etched on his face. This is a mistake. No, I said, stepping forward and speaking clearly into a microphone. The mistake was stealing from our marriage to fund your affair. The room erupted. Amanda's face crumpled as her mascara streaked down her cheeks. James's business partners huddled together. Phones were out, faces furious, and through it all, the evidence continued scrolling on the screen. Mrs. Peterson, James's senior partner, approached me, his expression grim but professional. We'd like to discuss this further, privately, of course. I smiled calmly. My lawyer has all the documentation ready. As security escorted James and Amanda out, Anna pulled me into a tight hug. You did it. The aftermath of the gala was swift and spectacular. By the next morning, James's partners called an emergency board meeting. By noon, he was suspended, pending investigation. By evening, his company shares were frozen. The divorce papers are ready, Mike said a few days later, sliding a stack of documents across his desk. And given the evidence of financial misconduct, we're in a strong position. What about Amanda? Anna asked, handing me my now regular ginger tea for morning sickness. As if on cue, my phone lit up with a news notification. Amanda's fitness studio investors had pulled out. David had filed for divorce, and her society friends were quickly distancing themselves. Her Instagram, once a carefully curated gallery of her life, had vanished, replaced by frantic, private messages begging for understanding. Later, James's voice message played. Amy, please. We can work this out. I'll pay back every cent. I'll get therapy. Don't do this to us. I deleted it without hesitation. Instead, I opened my family group chat. Dinner at my place tonight. I have news to share, properly this time. The dining room felt different now. No more photos of James and me. No souvenirs from our trips. Just fresh flowers, soft lighting, and the warm sounds of my family arriving. 3 months later, the divorce was final. James' reputation was in ruins. No company would touch him after the financial scandal. He ended up taking a low-level job in another state. Amanda's studios never opened, and her divorce left her with nothing but regrets. As for me, I'm sitting in my new nursery, the walls painted a soft yellow, my choice, not James's. Anna is fussing over my baby bump, already planning to spoil her future niece or nephew. My real estate business is thriving, partly thanks to James's former partners who now prefer working with me. And James and Amanda. They tried dating officially, but it lasted only 2 weeks before they turned on each other, blaming one another for their downfall. It turns out their perfect understanding couldn't survive reality. I've stopped thinking about them. I'm too busy being happy. Because sometimes the best revenge isn't just exposing the truth. It's living your best life while karma does its work. What would you do if you discovered your spouse spent $90,000 of your joint savings to fund their ex's business? Would you expose them publicly like Amy or handle it quietly? If you enjoyed Amy's journey from betrayal to triumph, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more real-life drama and revenge stories. Sometimes the best revenge isn't about getting even, it's about getting better.